Welcome back to Two Generic. This is your host Cam, and
Rich.
this week, this is the Sugar State Athletic Commission. We are here. We are judging the fights, and we'll tell you what the scores are. But this time, let's start from the beginning. Then, let's save that for the end. Let's not get revved up.
All right.
Let's not get too revved up. We got some WNBA chatter at the end as well. Not too much news for the NBA this week, just is what it is. So we'll go with that.
All right.
What news was there? Last week I think we mentioned Jamal Murray's contract, right?
Yeah. Landry Shamet signed a deal with the Knicks.
Oh yeah, Shamit.
And then Isaac Okoro re-signed with the Cavs. 3 years, 30+ mil.
That's tradable. That's like a good contract.
Yeah.
Even if they don't want to see a future with Isaac Okoro, a team might be good with Isaac Okoro.
A good perimeter defender too.
Yeah.
So
he could be somebody's like a Josh Hart on a contender. Maybe he's just not built right for that team, but he could go do something.
But I think those are the only two signings that I remember now. I don't really know. There's not that many people left, so I don't really know.
I think the Lonnie Walker signing is still huge for the Celtics.
Yeah, I love that signing to add some more depth off the bench. You have a guy who can go out and get his own bucket off the bench. The Celtics don't really have that right now. But I guess Pritchard can. I'll take that back. Pritchard can. I don't know if he can do it as well as Lonnie Walker, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lonnie Walker's an NBA bucket getter.
Yep, I like that.
He's the new modern day. I don't even know who. I was about to overhype him up, and I'll take it all back. But what Lonnie Walker can do is special, and he could score, and that's what they need in the NBA is scorers at times on teams that need it. Had a team that was trying to build around Ben Simmons last year. They said, "Oh, perfect, we got Lonnie Walker." A guy who just loves to shoot. It's perfect. He doesn't need to be a playmaker. We have Ben Simmons.
We have Ben Simmons. We're going to this card.
All right, let's go back to this card. Ben Simmons, he gets under my skin. We started off Raul Rojas in a crazy fight.
No, that was man. That should have been. That was the worst fight of the night until the two title fights. Until the last fight, honestly, because this fight was boring as hell. He won rounds 1 and 3, but Jesus, he didn't do anything.
They just grapples.
Yeah, he didn't seem like he really tried to go for his submission or really anything. I thought his striking looked better.
Yeah.
Rosas was on the feet a little bit more, so
boxing's clean.
Yeah, I think he definitely improved with his striking. For the little there was, he went 41-94. Ritchie went 22-54, but he controlled. He had him on the ground for over half the fight, and didn't really seem like he was going for a submission or anything. Just kind of held him down, but it got the job done. And I think, but the crazy thing was post fight he was asking for a top 15 fighter and $50K from Dana White, which is crazy after that performance.
Yeah, Dana's just gonna throw him another can.
Yeah, but he's only 19.
They gotta get him ready. He could yell and do all that, and that's just what the fans want, and that's okay. But what he's gonna get is another can. They gotta build him. He's gotta get ready. He's still pretty young.
Yeah, he's only 19. He's had 3 or 4 fights at least now in the UFC.
What's his weight class again?
He's bantamweight.
Bantam?
Yep.
All right. So, you could be fighting some dogs in bantam. Yeah, you gotta be safe.
He's going to have a rough time if he fights like that in the top 15.
Right. Yeah, shit could get scary.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of time.
Like, imagine him fighting Figueiredo right now. He would tear him limb from limb.
Oh, my God.
Cejudo. Oh, my God. all this stuff. Like he really is just he needs experience. He needs to mature, and that'll get him where he needs to be. And like I said, keep fighting cans, keep building, become a pro, develop good habits, all those good things.
Yeah, he's also.
Peter Yan would destroy him.
Oh yeah.
Song Yudong would fuck him up bad. Like
that.
Looking at this list and it's tough. It really is.
Yeah, that'd be pretty scary.
Dominic Cruz, Ultimate Vet, would pick him apart. Mario Batista ain't no joke. Aldo, Rob Font would box the hell out of him.
Right. Yeah, he's got
off. I mean, you talk about fucking Umar. You got Marab, obviously, and then Sugar Sean would destroy him too. So he's got a lot of growth.
Yeah.
It's sad Diego Lopez. You know, why is he so low on the rankings? Was the ultimate sleeper.
Well, he's top 3 now.
Hey, and I just want to say, for how long have I been saying Diego Lopez's name?
You took Ortega, though.
I did.
You were going to take Ortega.
I thought this was like some big setup fight. No, actually, Ortega's washed. He's beyond washed.
Well, yeah, or he's just washed at 145, and the weight cut is too much for him.
That could be the thing.
Because he talked about before last fight, before he was supposed to fight Lopez, that he wanted to move up to 155. So maybe he's just too exhausted come fight night. Because I thought the fight was going to be over in the first round.
Yeah, right. Yo, the big black eye.
Yeah, and it's also
he really caught him.
He can't even see out of it now. I don't think. Right. That eye was closed. He was piecing him up throughout the fight and didn't really even go for a takedown. He was just trying to survive in there.
Saying the talent of Diego Lopez. I tried to call it. He wasn't even ranked. I'm saying this is gonna be the guy. No, nobody believed.
So now he's at. Yeah, so he's right in line for a title shot.
I mean, and what did I say? Bahamondes, my two guys who I was saying from the jump. Bahamondes goes to the Sphere, whoops some ass, and then they're talking about they might do a card in Chile one day, and it's Bahamondes.
He can manage
for the weight class.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy hands too. He's connecting. This is loud.
Yeah, he's super lanky, and he knocked him down. Knocked him down twice, and I thought Torres recovered pretty well after the first knockdown. He was bouncing around, he was looking good, and then he caught him again, and that was it.
That's Bahamondes.
Something else.
For real. Wait for the big three. The big three that I called: Diego Lopez, Ignacio Bahamondes, and Michael Morales.
Yeah, Michael Morales. I was gonna say, yeah.
Michael Morales.
Future
They've been undefeated. I think each of them are like 4-0 type shit since I called it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the big three.
But the second fight, Edgar Chiarez and Joshua Van, that was a wild second round.
Bro, he was whooping his ass, about to knock him out. I'm about to win my parlay. He's about to knock him out. Boom, boom, boom. And then he's piecing him up for 2 minutes straight. I don't even know how. Literally, the dude's just there like a body bag.
Yeah, moving body bag. I thought they could have stopped.
Body bag just getting hit. And then he just hits a random spinning back fist to save his life.
Yep.
Boom. And then Joshua Van.
Yeah, and it kind of stepped him back first.
Steps him back real quick. He throws a wild punch. He literally went to sleep for a half a second. He literally went.
Yeah, he didn't know where he was.
Didn't know where he was completely. The punch looked crazy. And yeah, then he backs to the cage. He puts his
Yep.
back to the cage, and then the dude like immediately wakes up and he's like, I could win this fight.
Right.
And now he starts just trying to beat him up. And I'm like, you were asleep for 2 minutes.
You were asleep.
You couldn't do anything. He literally couldn't. Like, the guy was like,
He was just running from him.
he literally was running, but his hand, like, he couldn't lift his hands. He couldn't lift his head. His head was everywhere. He just, like,
he wasn't
just moving it just not to get hit, but there wasn't no rhyme or reason to where he was moving.
Yeah, he wasn't even throwing his hands. He was just trying to avoid the guy.
Exactly, but he was dizzy.
And Chiara's got off to a great start. I mean, the first round, he was hitting him with those calf kicks, and it seemed like those were going to be a problem throughout the fight. And then he kind of went away from him, and he started getting pieced up too. Because when he would throw those calf kicks, he'd also take some shots to the face. So those calf kicks didn't really work out in the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then Joshua Van started to hit him with calf kicks in the second and third round. Because
Van picked it back up.
And the body shots though, especially in the second round. Because I think Chiara's kept keeping his arms low. He was more worried about the body than getting hit in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Here it says he got 24 body shots.
Chiara was hitting hard, though.
Yeah, he was.
You know, when he connected, I was like, oh.
Right.
He's got a chance. I think they thought Van was going to get upset tonight.
Right, because I think he came in late to the fight, too.
Yeah, he came in late, and then while he was getting his ass whooped, they were like, yeah, he didn't train.
Yep.
It was like, oh, thanks for telling us that in the second round after the bets are in.
Right.
Oh, yeah, he never training camp.
But I think Van was still the favorite in this one.
Yeah, he came in over 2-1 odds, like even 2-1 odds. I forget what it was, plus 240 something.
Yeah. And then the Caitlin Souza girl in the next fight.
Yo.
Girl pretty much got knocked out. Got knocked out, and then she got choked out, and then unconscious. Because that right hand was something else.
Sleep too. Like, she wasn't trying to tap, but then the arms were going limp, and then out of nowhere, she just was like,
yeah, she was stiff.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a favorite? She was like minus 500-600.
Yeah.
Mexican fighters had a rough. I think they were 2-6 on this card. I think the Mexican fighters were 2-6 on this card.
Yikes. Yeah, because I mean, Edgar Chiara's lost.
And the Brazilian.
But the one Mexican that did, Rosas.
Yeah, and then who was the other Mexican to win? Oh, Ronaldo Rodriguez. But the Brazilians went undefeated. The Brazilians went undefeated on the card. I should have taken that parlay. There was a parlay that I could have taken, have all three fighters to win, and I didn't take it. It was like plus 2,000 something, and I decided not to take it.
And you called it with Osborne too. You were like, he's not gonna win. He sucks. I was like,
called it with Dumont though. Norma Dumont with Aldana.
Oh yeah, you called it with Dumont for sure.
But I didn't expect her to win that way because usually she's not on the feet like that. But her striking was better than Aldana's. I thought she was going to go for more takedowns. That's what Dumont is more known for. And she shot 5 takedowns, went 0 for 5. But she also outstruck Aldana as far as significant strikes, 159-69. And Aldana just kept moving forward. I mean, you would think, I mean, in the way Dumont, she was getting pretty tired towards the end of the third round. I mean, you would think if you didn't watch the first 2 rounds that Aldana was ahead the way she was moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, she was.
Aldana.
Yeah, she had the same bounce in her step in the third round that she did in the first round.
The whole time she's walking her down, getting her ass whooped. Don't matter. Still.
But I think maybe if it was a main event and if it was a 5-round fight or something, I think Aldana could have won that because Dumont was getting pretty tired towards the end of the third round there.
That's true. And that was from a headbutt that split. So You can't say that's from her getting whooped out, though she did Yeah, it was the headbutt.
Yeah, no, it was the headbutt, but I think Dumont didn't help it either. I mean, I think she kept
Oh
punching,
yeah, the
able to
headbutt created a
open it up a
split
little
in her
bit.
head, and then she's punching the wound. So I mean, there's that, but there wouldn't be a wound to punch if the headbutt didn't happen. Illegal headbutt. So that was up to the ref to maybe even call it right there and do a medical stoppage.
Right.
Like, what do you think? Like, if there's an illegal headbutt and the girl's forehead splits wide open, isn't that the time that's when the rule kicks in?
Yeah, you would think you'd stop the fight if someone's head is split open.
From an illegal headbutt, that's already too much of a disadvantage. You're
Right.
literally bleeding human blood.
Human blood.
Human blood. Like, we can think of the UFC, the martial arts, the whatever, but at the end of the day, you are bleeding human blood. And
Right.
for no reason, for an illegal blow, there should be a -1 guarantee something has to occur when there is blood involved on an illegal blow.
Right.
So that's how I see it.
But Aldana kept fighting though.
But Aldana kept fighting. She don't give a shit.
And did you see the post fight when they had her? I think they must have had her laying on something, and I don't know how they're gonna stitch that. I mean, I don't know if you can stitch that or you have to do some kind of plastic surgery.
You probably do the glue that they did when I split my head right here, and it's just a bump. Yeah. I think they might try to put it together and glue her forehead with this. It's like a purple. Well, at least it was purple with me. Maybe that was the brand they used back then in the hospital, but
that was gross though. That was like Robbie Lawler's lip. That was worse than Robbie Lawler's lip.
Yeah, it was. That was different. That I thought I was gonna see some skull soon.
Mm-hmm. And then
it's on that level. It's not even an exaggeration. It was on that level.
Yeah, because they were showing it, and then they were opening her head and like showing her brains and stuff. Oh my god! I had to
showing her brains like she didn't have a whole skull.
Yeah. I had to stop watching that video.
Yeah, no bullshit, bro. It's really funny, man.
But
it was a gross fight at the end of the day just because of that. But it was a really interesting fight to see Aldana. That's why I tweeted it out. I said Aldana's a warrior. Win or lose, warrior.
For real.
She just kept fighting.
But can we talk about how horrible of a fighter Ode Osborne is?
He's fast as hell. He really is. He's just this quick little, like, I don't even know what.
And how did he not finish that fight?
He would be like the guy in like a fighting movie that he's the head of the dojo, but they still whoop his ass. Like Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, any one of these guys who would just like walk through the area, and then he's like supposed to be like the good fighter. He's just doing all this quick shit, this little spinning back kick. And you're like, oh my god, this guy's nice. But then you hit him twice, and you're like, oh, he's soft.
But I mean, it looked like he almost slept him. Because you see the way Rodriguez's eyes rolled back when he was ready to hit the canvas?
I would say they didn't roll back. I would say they were wide open. I wonder if that's what
they were cross-eyed or something. They were something. They looked wild when he was going down when he took that punch.
He was like,
yeah, but they were like in. I don't even know.
Maybe they were a little crossed, but
Ode Osborne had some follow-up shots. I thought the fight was definitely going to be done. Then he had him in a triangle. I don't know. I can't believe
he had him in like the triangle. It was weird, but like you said, Ode Osborne, not a good fighter, because if you do that to somebody and you can't finish, what?
But that almost could have been a 10-8 with how dominant he was in that round, because he almost finished the fight in two different ways.
Right.
In a span of a couple minutes.
Yeah, it's true. Ode Osborne could have got that, so a 10-8 round, but still, what would that have been, a draw? Because then it would have been 10-9 the other two rounds.
Yeah, so it could have been a draw, but Man,
I would say that was a 10-8 round. I thought that, but that definitely crossed my mind as I was watching it. So this is a 10-8 round.
Right. But I don't know. I don't know if any judges gave him a 10-8. I don't think.
Yeah, I didn't see the scorecard, but round one should have been a 10-8.
Right. The Zellhuber fight. That was a pretty close fight until the third round. I thought they were pretty even. Zellhuber and Ribavas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
I feel like you skipped Bahamondez's knockout.
Oh no, because we just talked about it. That's why.
Oh, all right, that's true.
But I thought the Zellhuber fight was close. I really couldn't score it through the first two rounds, to be honest. I thought it was really close, and then Ribavas clearly at the third round almost slept him.
It was interesting. I like Ribovich.
Yeah, he knocked out Terrence McKinney in the last fight.
Yeah. So I've seen that knockout, and then I see him fight here, and they were really pushing Zellhuber.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He came out second. Like that's a big thing. The person who comes out second is supposed to have the bigger pop from the crowd. Everything about it. They come into the cage fresh. The other guy's got to stand there and watch you come out.
Mm-hmm.
It's awkward to stand in that ring for all that time doing nothing.
Yeah,
you cool off. This guy's more fresh off whatever little stretch that he was doing. Now you're just standing there flat in the cage waiting. And it is a disadvantage, and that's why it's naturally like that. Everything is built for a specific purpose.
Mm.
So you see it that way, and they don't walk out together. They don't walk out from two different sides and enter at the same time. It's done for a reason.
Right.
Also, something I knew in advance, which I should have said it. You know my conspiracy theories.
Oh boy.
But remember what I said about a lot of things. It comes down to the money. At the end of the day, it comes down to the money, right? And Dana White said he paid $16 million to set up the Sphere.
Oh, it was more than that. He said it was north of 20.
All right, so let's say $20 million, right? $20 million to set up the Sphere. Whatever bells and whistles he had to put in or adjust to what they do, I don't know. Who knows? But $20 million, right? Do you think they're about to pay the champions their bonuses? No, because if you defend the belt, you get the percentage of the pay-per-view.
God, here we go with the defending of the belt.
If you defend the belt, you get a percentage of the participation. And no champ is going to defend during the Sphere. It's not about that.
No, I'm not rocking with this. I'm not rocking with this theory.
It's true. They spent too much on it. And listen, these champs, you want to keep this buzz going.
So they told O'Malley to throw the fight.
I don't know. Sugar Sean just was off his game.
All of a sudden, yeah, Merab's gas tank's crazy.
Just know, Merab was fighting no matter what. He was lined up for the championship.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not rocking with this.
And now, Nurmagomedov has somebody that's like his size and his fight style.
I think Merab beats him.
You think Merab beats him?
Yeah. I think he's just his gas tank's too much and he's relentless. And he fights like an idiot, but it works.
You know what Merab reminds me of? Me in my prime playing 21.
Relentless, right?
Relentless, an unlimited gas tank. Somebody who literally has you hold the turbo down the whole game. Unlimited turbo. That's how it felt.
He really does have unlimited turbo because he looked the same in the fifth round that he did.
And that was Marab. I've never seen nobody like that. And what it is I sent you the video of him swimming, right?
Yep.
He swam from an end to a pool to another end of the pool. He probably held his breath a minute, probably just about.
Yep.
And that tells me everything I need to know. That is such a hard thing to do. And the way your cardiovascular system has to be, it has to be great.
The
Like
roids,
on an elite level, like on another level. That wasn't normal what he did at all.
the roids might help too.
It may, especially if you train at high elevation and your blood oxygen levels are whatever, and you train in cryo chambers and you train at high altitude. You know, they put you in a pressure cooker type
Right.
thing, and you're just in there, and they change the altitude pressure, the air pressure, and then you just run on a treadmill at a different air pressure, and your blood oxidizes at a different level, and your VO2 max goes up. All these scientifical words, but in reality, it just makes your lungs work better.
Yeah, and he was on
Just
it.
get more oxygen for every time you breathe. You get more than the average person. So, yeah, and he could do that. He could be training like that. But at the same time, I would say, even while I was on a swim team, that type of shit, like people on swim teams can't do that type of shit.
Yeah, and people that are really in the best shape too.
Yeah, swimming is a big thing. I'm gonna go swimming today. And my pool keeps me in shape a little bit. I gotta swim more. I swim a lot more.
What are you talking?
That right there, I was worried. I'm like, at least everyone's saying Sean's gonna knock him out. I said he can't knock him out. I said this guy's got too much of a gas tank, too much energy, too much life. Can't sleep this man. He's not sleeping Marab. He's at least 1-5. And then I said, with the Sugar State Athletic Commission, they're not going to let Sugar Sean lose. But with that type of fight, with the amount of ground control, you can't give it to Sean. There's no way you could explain it if you gave that to Sean.
And it was two judges had it 48-47. I don't see a round where Sean won.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they couldn't justify everything, but they could still say, oh, Sean won this round randomly, whatever, just to fit it in there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that close because of the ground time.
Yeah,
you gotta beat the champion to be the champion. Marab did that last night. For what it's worth, he did the annoying thing where you just, go against the fence, you push him down, and you just hold him down and you work for positioning the whole time.
Yeah, and he had him in a couple guillotines. I don't know how close I don't think they were that close. I think the second one was a little bit closer. That was later in the fight. But I mean, he was just bouncing around. He was making Sean miss a lot, and Sean was just seemed like throughout the fight he was really worried about engaging with him, or even Sean was trying to throw little body shots at him. He was able to connect some body shots, but nothing really. I mean, he really didn't. He was
there was that body kick that he landed on him that I thought really did something. Was that the end?
I think that was the first. That was earlier in the fight.
That was earlier in the fight.
I think in the fifth round, he hit him with some body shots, and then Marab was like reacting to it. He kept holding his stomach.
Yeah, I think he really hit something.
No, like he was hurt, but to me, it didn't look like he was hurt. I thought he was kind of trying to play possum with him a little bit, because he still kept bouncing around, moving around, and then shortly after he went for another takedown.
Okay, because I seen the clip where they were like, "Yo, the body shot landed in the fifth." They were saying basically like, if there was 6 rounds, could Marab have came out for that 6th round?
Yeah, I thought O'Malley hit him with a few body shots in the 5th round, and then Marab, I think twice he pretended, like, to me it looked like he was pretending. It didn't actually hurt because he kept moving around, and then he went for a takedown, but he went for just a normal takedown. It wasn't like it didn't seem like he was desperate to shoot for the takedown. Like that was his final option, his last resort. I thought he was just doing that because that's what he was doing throughout the fight. And then the other thing was Herb Dean was telling him don't know if you saw the 5th round, but he was telling him to keep working in the 5th round when they were on the feet, which I've never really seen. Because Merab was just kind of bouncing around. O'Malley was throwing a few shots. And Herb Dean's a horrible referee, so I don't know why he's telling him to. I don't know what more he wants them to do. I mean, there wasn't a lot of striking on the feet, and he was telling them to keep working 2 or 3 times in that round.
Keep working.
Which was ridiculous.
Herb Dean's the king of being the ref that just isn't present.
And then the first round was weird. Like the first 13 seconds, Tim Welch was talking to Merab, and then Herb Dean stopped the fight 13, 14 seconds in.
Oh, yeah. What was up with that? Like Merab calling timeout?
Because I think Tim Welch was – because I think Herb Dean was saying Tim Welch was trying to coach Merab. Or he was saying he was talking trash to Merab or something.
Yeah, the coaches were yelling at each other or something.
Because remember, in the Sterling and O'Malley fight, Welch told Aljo, "You got to go."
Right.
But Aljo said, I think earlier in the week, that he didn't even hear Tim Welch, so I don't think that really affected him. But yeah, so Herb Dean stopped him there, and then it was weird. I think in the second round, Merab started kissing O'Malley on the back. Did you see that?
What was that? Yeah, and then Sean got up and punched him.
Yeah, because I think.
Oh my god.
Because I don't know if Merab heard the 10-second clapper and he thought the round was already over, but there was still 4 or 5 seconds left. So I don't know if he thought Herb Dean was going to break up the fight, or and then bring them back together, or call it break in action, or he thought the round was over. But O'Malley, if he connected on that, if he connected on on a head kick and he really set it up, because I feel like if O'Malley really set himself up for a head kick or a strike or a punch, I thought he could have slept him or something, but he didn't really line it up. He just kind of did it because he was pissed off or something, or he saw the opportunity. He didn't really.
Yeah. And it was about to be the end of the round. Nobody knew how much time was left.
Yeah, so he really could have hurt him there, but
yeah,
that's why Rob's an idiot. That was really a stupid thing.
That was the weirdest thing ever. But also that video of them in the restaurant together back in the day. It was Aljamain, Sean, and Merab.
Yep.
And I was thinking, all 3 of them are going to be champs. You know what I'm saying?
And they were.
They all came up together. They were just all in that little sandwich shop together.
Right.
And then, it is what it is. They don't want to pay the percentage. They got to be company men. Sean's a company man.
So I think
and also Shevchenko back to her normal stance last night, right?
Yep.
Like I said.
But also, I was never comfortable in any 5 of those rounds watching that fight. Because they said, I think on the stats here, it said Grasso went for 2 submission attempts. She went for way more than 2 submission attempts. Because she had her in an arm bar, I don't know, at least 3 times. Then she had her in a triangle. She had a rear naked choke for a second. So I don't know how they had only 2 submission attempts, but I was never comfortable watching that fight with Shevchenko, because she was able to take her down so easily, and really in all 3 of the fights. I think she scored 16 takedowns through the 3 fights.
But this one, she didn't land many.
No, she got 8. She got 8 takedowns.
Oh, I mean, I thought you were talking about Grasso for a second.
No, I was talking about Shevchenko. Shevchenko had 16 takedowns in the 3 fights. And then I think that was a career. The 8 takedowns she had last night were a career high for her. But I was just never comfortable watching that, because Grasso was just throwing up all these submissions off her back.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Grasso just looked off last night. She was not able to get any strikes off. I don't know if she was kind of like Sean O'Malley, worried about the takedowns, worried about the threat of the takedowns, and she did a horrible job stopping them. Shevchenko went 8 for 12 on him.
And that's what it really was. The champs didn't show up to fight tonight.
Oh.
I'm calling Vegas in the Sphere.
UFC saved some money.
UFC saved some guap.
Yep.
That's what it had to be.
And I wonder who.
Brian Ortega, bro, what a fucking letdown. But I did say it, like Diego Lopez is gonna be that guy. I
Yep.
thought they were gonna try to set him up this week and the weight switching because Diego Lopez. If you know the whole, do you know the whole story about the?
Because it was like 3 different weight things in the last fight with Danny.
Exactly.
So
he's had to go from 160 to one. They tried to make this dude lose. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. They don't put you in these advantageous positions. Then when Brian Ortega was having trouble making weight and he got sick and shit, they stopped the fight for him. They gave him time to recover and all this, you know.
he tried to Vegas Lopez.
Yep. They tried. And Ige didn't fight in the Sphere, right?
No.
Wasn't he supposed to?
I think, he wanted to, but I think he has a fight lined up right now, too.
Okay, so he's just going to fight another time.
I feel like he might be on UFC 307. I can't remember. But he does have a fight up, if I remember correctly. And they announced that 309 card officially last night. John Jones fighting Stipe.
Mm-hmm.
And they got Michael Chandler fighting Oliveira in the co-main event.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, though. Evelev is fighting Aljamain Sterling.
I hope Sterling wins. I'm honestly rooting for Sterling.
You remember when Evelev fought my boy Diego Lopez?
He did fight Diego Lopez.
Diego Lopez gave him the mitts, and this was supposed to be this, like, that's when I knew he was real, because I was like, he fought Evelev, and Evelev was coming in as this, like, undefeated Russian dude. He's supposed to be, like, champ one day. These are just easy fights that are building him into the championship. And I'm like, Lopez whooped his ass for 3 rounds.
Right. This is going to be a real test for Evelev against Sterling, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. This is a big test, but this is Aljamain in a higher weight class, feeling good. Let's see what he'll do.
Yeah, I'm taking Sterling in that fight.
Me too.
That fight.
I agree.
And then they announced Paul Craig against Bo Nickel. Then I think it's Chris Weidman for some reason. He's still fighting. They have him on the main card right now for whatever reason.
How you feel about the Kayla Harrison fight? That's going to be huge.
Who's Kayla Harrison fighting? Was it Vieira?
Vieira, yeah.
Wow.
That's a scrap.
That's a scrap.
That's a scrap. Because Vieira don't play.
That's actually it's a pretty good. The 309 is a good card.
It is. That's why I'm reading it right now. I'm like really impressed.
Yeah, 307 is a really good card.
Yeah, 307.
Nate Landwehr is going to kill Austin Hubbard. He's going to kill this man. Oh, my God. This is really a stacked card. Holy hell.
Right? I'm reading it right now, just amazed.
Aldo against Bautista, he's an underdog. Give me that money right there. Plus 140. I'm taking that one.
He's sleeping Batista.
We got Carla Esparza versus Tisha Pennington. Oh, my God.
But what about this? The Wonder Boy Buckley.
That's an interesting fight. Buckley should just wrestle.
Probably.
He probably will just wrestle.
What's going to happen to Dolidze? That's a weird fight because isn't he a 205er?
No, he fought at 205 in his last fight, but he's usually a 185er.
Okay.
Because he stepped in, what was that, on the International Fight Week card with when all those fights fell through, when it was supposed to be Khalil Roundtree versus Jamal Hill, then Roundtree was out, and then Jamal Hill went out. So I think Dolidze moved up to 205 to fight Anthony Smith in that one.
Yeah.
But he looked good at 205. Dolidze looked good at 205, so I don't know. That's going to be tough for Holland.
Oh, yeah, a comment. Is this MMA guru? We get a lot of shit right. We will say. You could go back. You could rewind the tape. Go on the previous episodes.
UFC 300.
You know how it works. we have a good win percentage.
Mm-hmm.
There was the one. What was it? UFC 300. Did I call it perfect?
Yeah, just about. I think the only one was.
It was 11 for 12.
Yeah, I think it was the only one was the Pereira fight.
Literally 11 for 12, and then the main event, I got wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I got every other fucking pick. That was the best week ever. The best week I've ever had.
Yeah.
Was that crazy? It would have been a crazy parlay, and then just leave Pereira out of it.
Right.
I've seen some crazy parlays hit. Yo, Mikey just hit a crazy parlay. He put
Yep.
like $25, and he won like a $50 bet, and he won like 2,500.
Off of what? UFC?
It's like 6 different like NFL parlays, money lines too.
Yeah, no, I'm taking the money. That's what I do. I take the money lines for the NFL. I got a 4-legger today.
You got to take the money line because anything else,
I can't take the spread. The spread's ridiculous.
no, you can't take the spread. The spread will kill you every time.
Oh, definitely. But I got a 4-legger on 4 1 o'clock games.
Let's see. Wait, I should look at my prize picks right now to tell you how cooked I am. Let me check this out real quick. Taking a lot longer than I expected. But yeah, I mean, we got Kevin Holland on the other side of Dolidze. How do you say his last name?
I think it's Roman Dolidze.
Dolidze?
Dolidze.
Dolidze?
Don't quote me on that.
All right, I won't quote you. But yeah, I got cooked last night, bro. So check out this parlay I had on Prize Picks. So it was Bahamondes over under significant strikes was 38. I'm like, I thought he was gonna have over 38, but he slept them too quick.
He slept
31.
Damn.
And I thought Josh Van was gonna lose or win early. And you know what happened?
He should have.
So it was 85.5 significant strikes. I thought that was way too high. So he finished with 118.
You got smoked on that one.
I got smoked, but at the same time, if you really, really want to dive deep into this, they really screw us over on this shit.
That's how they do it.
You'll go to some fights and like this, for example. Hold on, how do I do this?
That's what gambling is. That's how they get you.
No, but they pick and choose when they want to do this. Look at this. Total strikes, significant strikes. Every single strike was a significant strike in this fight on both sides.
Oh, yeah. It's weird how they determine what is.
And then this fight, look, 20, 20, 36, 31. 21, 21, 35, 35. And then you go to Josh Van. 87, 79, and then 183, and then 118.
Yeah, it's weird how
you go here. Look at this. 80 to 22. Significant strikes difference.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to main card. Right here, 55, 37. So there is a difference. But for some fights like this one, every single strike was significant. Every single strike was significant.
Yeah, it's weird how they determine what a significant strike and just a regular strike is.
It's wherever they need the line to be.
But you would have lost the Van fight either way.
Well, I needed to just do over with significant strikes. But yeah, if too many people did the over, they would have found a way to say some of those weren't significant strikes. Like, but yeah, look at this one. See, it's off. So, but there's some that are perfect. There's some where they're. Look at this one. This is why I'm also bringing attention to this.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this one. Tell me this one ain't a little bit of a jip, a little bit of a rig. But look at this. 125. I mean, 150. 125. 153 out of 245 total strikes, right? But only 18 were significant.
Right.
Like that's 140 difference. But
But
this one, the
she was
fight right before it is 121 to 121, 156, 156. And then this one, 153, and there's only 18 significant. And then right here, almost 200
there,
strikes, and not even 50 are significant.
but they were both throwing a lot of little punches when they were on the ground. That didn't really affect either one of them that much.
I guess.
That's probably why it
I
added up.
mean, like, you're telling me every single one of these was a significant strike?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I don't think so.
You know, I don't know. It's just a little strange to me.
Vegas, it's always strange.
Vegas, it's all right. It's always a little off. But I did get the Brian Ortega 40. It was 45, and I took the over.
45 strikes.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he got 63.
he could go 5 rounds. So I was like, oh, he's that kind of guy. He has good cardio.
He's got a chin.
Yeah, right. And he's got a chin. So I took the over on 45, and I knew Diego Lopez. He's gonna stand there and throw punches. So you're gonna have to fight back. You know, he's gonna land strikes back. I just didn't want to take Diego Lopez's significant strikes because it was like 70. So it was a hard thing to judge, really. And I was like, let me do Brian Ortega because I think he's still gonna be in the fight, but he's gonna lose.
Yeah, because Lopez can definitely get over 70 strikes, but he could also finish the fight within 2 minutes. So
The only thing that I thought, like I said, I thought Brian Ortega was somehow going to get Diego Lopez down close to the cage. There could be some fence grabbing, some manipulation, some things that go whatever, and you know Brian Ortega gets the submission, and I thought that's kind of how it was going to go. But then Diego Lopez stood on the feet, whooped his ass as much as he could. That's what I like to see, Diego Lopez.
what's going on with your fantasy team now?
Oh. Yeah, let me get into that.
I haven't even been looking because I don't really care.
Oh my god, bro! It's been a little bit of a mess, but let's pray for today because I think this is like the last week.
It is because
and it's very, very close. Which one can you see? Can you see the? Oh, you're still watching the Grasso.
Yeah.
All right, so now let me switch it. Share this tab instead. Okay.
Because the season ends Thursday, but I don't know if it ends now, if the fantasy thing ends now. Oh, but you're up.
Yep. So let me zoom in a little bit. Maybe you could see it better.
Yep.
Yeah, that looks good. All right. So my squad, this is the championship team. And today, unfortunately, I'm benching Ty Harris, Kayla Thornton, and Walker Kimbrough. But I think this is the squad.
No. Yeah, everybody who's on the bench right now should be on the bench. That makes sense.
Especially Ty Harris, now that Mabry's there, has been a different player stat-wise.
Yeah, like, you don't really know what you're going to get from her.
Like, I'd say we got Mabry probably around here.
Yeah, and her
just when her stats fall off, I bet you that alone, I could bet this is kind of around where we got Mabry.
Yeah, and her minutes are all over the place since.
Right, and look at the minutes change. 16, yeah, everything got messed around with. So, yeah, this is when I'm going to fall back on Ty Harris. She'll be perfect on some other nights. But as of right now, nada.
Right.
Yeah, look at this today. He's still got Kennedy Carter on IR, even though she's been off IR. She's not hurt anymore.
Oh,
so he's missing out on points, but I don't think he wants to take anybody out. Someone I would take out would probably be Lindsey Allen or Lexi Hull for her. Because Lexi's been on fire from 3. I mean, she had a 2-point night, but the other nights have been really good.
Well, yeah, since the Olympic break, she's been on
fire. She's shooting like 75% from 3.
Yeah.
But for the overall season, she's shooting about 50%, which is still, like I said, incredible. But Tina Charles, this is a good team, you know, but I think I got this. He's got Asia, the MVP. She's got a hurt foot, and let's see how hard she goes. Because I believe they clinched their playoff spot, so it's not that important that she goes off. She needs to rest for the playoffs so they can three-peat their championship streak.
Yeah, and I don't think Las Vegas can really move up much higher because they're in the 4th spot right now. They have a full game on Seattle. Seattle's in the 5th spot, and then they're 3 games back of Connecticut. So that means they would need Connecticut to lose the final 3, and Las Vegas would need to win the final 3. I guess they're just trying to maintain the 4th spot right now, so they can have home.
I think he's bugging not switching Alicia Clark for Gabby Williams, though.
But has he been making substitutions or no?
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's kept up with it. But maybe, I don't know, maybe because Asia is going to be out a little bit, maybe Alicia Clark will play the 4 more and do some things. Who knows?
Yeah, with that one, he still has a few hours, though. But I would definitely have Gabby Williams over Clark.
Yeah, but I mean, at the guard spot, it's really hard to replace because who are you going to put at the guard spot?
Yeah, guard spot he's pretty good at. He's pretty
right?
good.
Courtney Williams, Ryan Howard. I wouldn't complain with that. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. Or you could switch Gabby Williams with Carly Samuelson, too.
True.
But I think Carly Samuelson's probably put up better numbers than Clark lately.
She's probably going to have a good night, though.
Yeah.
In ATL. She'll pull up, probably hits like 2 threes in the first quarter. Like Carly Samuelson.
That's a pretty good. That should be a good game, too. Because they're both going for a playoff spot.
Right.
Because if the Mystics win, then they go up. Then Atlanta will be 2 full games behind. They're a full game behind Washington and Chicago right now.
What if Caitlin Clark upsets a team in the first round or something?
I mean, right now they'd be playing the Sun.
Really? Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Right, because 3 plays 6.
Fuck.
Yeah, 3 plays 6 in the first round, best of 3. That's tough. And the Sun, they got one of the best, if not the best, defense in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Have one of the best perimeter defenders in the WNBA, and obviously, when you have Alyssa Thomas, DeWanna Bonner, and Brianna Jones in the paint, kind of hard to get to the basket. The Sun might sweep that.
Yeah, I think the Sun should sweep it. I believe we should. But Aaliyah Boston could be a problem. She matches Brianna Jones's size. Right. And Brianna Jones doesn't always stop Aaliyah Boston.
Yeah, but also
Aaliyah Boston's been scoring on Brianna Jones since the first game. Didn't they debut? Aaliyah Boston's first game was against the Sun. Yeah. She had 12 points or something, and she hit Brianna Jones with a good post move.
But also Thomas could be on Boston.
True.
Then you got Minnesota has a full game on Connecticut, so Connecticut still could gain some ground, and Indiana could play Minnesota in the first round. And I don't really like that matchup that much more. Minnesota also has a really good defense.
How do I turn off the music? But anyway, check this out. This is Aaliyah Boston's first game. Is on Top Shot. And like I said, is against the Sun. I remembered, but she hit this post move on Udoka.
Well, it's a Dota.
But she still get busy on Brianna Jones. Don't get her.
I'm saying it's a Dota. Dota's a bum.
Yeah. Dota's a bum.
Yeah. Can't stand what she did to Paige.
Let me get back to this one. Share this tab. But yeah, this is the squad I got. Hopefully I win the chip. Enrique. This was my first pick.
So is this the last day? Is today the last day or no?
No. I got
Oh, so you still got Tuesday and Thursday because there's no games tomorrow.
Tuesday and Thursday, but I'm up 50, and I actually had a negative night from Satu.
Wow.
And I also forgot the sub one night, and I really messed up bad that night.
Oh, so we'll find out the scoring. Find out the scoring next week because
Colin has yet to miss a sub night. I went back and looked, and I'm like, oh man, I cost myself so much. So if it wasn't a Satu -1 or -2 night, and then they're forgetting subs. I would probably be up. I'd want to say another 30 to 40 because Satu normally gives at least 25.
Right, but that's a good lead. That's a good lead right now. But
27. I said 25. At least give me 25, and then she gives the -1.
oof. Yeah, that's a rarity.
It was rough. I don't know what happened that game. They scored like 60 points. It was on national television. It was the only game of the day, and everybody's stats were weird. Laney was the only one who scored really on the Liberty. So did Vandersloot. Those were the two on the nationally televised game when it's only one team playing, so everyone's betting on one game.
Well, she has a Rika Angel-Bawali on her team. That doesn't help her.
Shit, that's true. But even then, she barely played. It was weird. Look at 17 minutes. Her attempts were off. It was a mess.
But they lost by 20-something points, right? I think they lost by.
Yeah, there's 4 quarters, and she only played 15 minutes. So what's the difference?
I don't know. She didn't play a lot, I don't think, in the second and the fourth quarter.
She should be starting. She should be playing all them minutes. I don't know. Asatu. Like this is what she wants to be an MVP candidate. You got to be out there when you're losing too. You got to come back. How you gonna get better?
Yeah, they lost by 32.
Because she only played 15 minutes. I'm saying if she played more, they wouldn't be losing like that. Like that's they might have been down a little bit when she was in there, but the fact that you take her out and you don't give her the opportunity to redeem herself or anything, they got worse because nobody's replacing Satu.
Yeah, Rika
We've seen that all season without Satu, what the team looks like. You lose by 30. So what happens when you bench Satu? You lose by 30.
Mm-hmm.
It's consistent. But this squad is good. I really respect this squad, especially with Ezzy and Tina, because Ezzy obviously was going to have a great year this year, and we really respect double-doubles and defensive metrics in this league. We give extra points for that. So a player like Ezzy is going to go off in our leagues. And Tina Charles as well had an incredible year, played head and shoulders above what everybody thought. I think she's my GOAT. I love Tina Charles. Top 3 favorite player ever. It's Tamika Catchings, Tina Charles, and Maya Moore. Those are my 3 favorite players.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even think Tina Charles still had this in her. And she really did. To take the Atlanta Dream and to maybe even get them to a playoff seed, kudos to her because Ryan Howard was out throughout the year. They didn't have a point guard. She was operating out of the post, doing her thing, scoring a lot, rebounding, not really defending like she used to, but
she missed all last season too. She didn't play all last season.
Right, she was out. So, there was, like I said, low expectations for what Tina Charles can do. They don't even get her for like what I don't think she's worth in a contract, but still, Tina Charles proving the doubters wrong. Even the true believers like me, I didn't say she sucks. I just didn't know that she still had this level of usage in her. Through like a 40-game season. The seasons are longer now. She's old. She's obviously her oldest, and every day we get older, every person does. And so it's like, she's still got it in her. How many more years do we have the Tina Charles experience? As of right now, she's averaging 15 and 9. Damn near a double-double.
And she's 35.
She's 35. How many more years do we have of Tina Charles? This is cool. This is unheard of. Still 15 and 9. Only person I could think of that was still doing it late in her age like this, but was more of a defender and less of a scorer, was Sylvia Fowles.
All right.
And she kept her block rate up. It was still declining as she got older, but she still kept it at a pretty good metric all the way until she retired. So I hope Tina Charles can still, if she comes back next year or even the following year, not just be this like shell of herself. I hope she can still play and then retire when she wants to. Maybe join somebody like the Aces next year and just be the backup,
Like Candace Parker.
But obviously a better version because Candace Parker
played.
Was out a lot. She had a lot of other obligations with TV instead of WNBA. So
Yeah, she missed most of the season last year.
right, so her retirement makes sense. She's making more money doing TV, just is what it is. But I think Tina, she could definitely bring some winning to a team. I think maybe even the Sun next year we might lose some people because all the contracts are up on the Connecticut Sun's roster.
Right.
You know, there's let me see, Connecticut.
I think Thomas is Alyssa Thomas free? I think Alyssa Thomas might be a free agent.
They're all going to be like a free agent next year. Oh, here's the contracts. Let's see how many end in 2024. Alyssa Thomas, Tiffany Mitchell, Brianna Jones,
3,
Juana Bonner,
4,
Dejanay Carrington, 5, Astu, 6, Celeste,
7,
Bickle, and Burton. So
9.
we got like 9 players ending. And then the next year, we have Ty Harris signed for next year, Udoda, and Mabry. So the future at least has Ty Harris and Mabry. But like I said, maybe next year we take Tina Charles on a flyer and she just comes back because, you know, she went to UConn. She started her career with the Connecticut Sun. Maybe she wants to retire and end it. And we just let her ride it out. You know, we might not be a good team next year if we lose all these players in free agency and we have to rebuild around Ty Harris and Mabry and Udoda. And wouldn't you love to have Udoda at the 5?
No.
Or no, Udoda at the 4, Tina Charles at the 5. She does some switch stuff. Tina Charles kind of stays at home base, and then you kind of let Udoda roam, and you kind of let her be like Jaren Jackson Jr. on defense. She's not on offense, I'll tell you that much. Right. But you just let her roam and just be athletic and be long and to cover space, or like Robert Williams was, like that free safety type player.
R.I.P. Robert Williams.
R.I.P. Robert Williams' knees.
Oh, bullshit.
It's been rough years for Robert Williams' knees.
It was a great trade by Brad.
Watches a kill. It was, you know, traded Marcus Smart too. He had to do what he did, and he did what he did.
He won the chip.
He won the chip. He won the chip. You know, you got to win the chip to do that type of trade. You don't do you don't win the chip and then trade everybody away like a snake.
Right.
Like Danny Ainge did. That's different. Look what Brad Stevens did. Traded people away to win the chip, and then once he won the chip, he got everybody paid who won the chip.
Yeah, all 5 of those.
That's how you do it. Like, that's what I'm saying. So whenever I'm sitting here and you hear me shitting on a GM, just know when GMs do good, I speak good of it as well. When they do a great job, I give them props. So don't ever say I'm a hater. I'm putting another person down or whatever. I'm just speaking the facts. I'll say it when it's good. I'll say it when it's bad.
Yeah, all those starters got paid.
All the starters got paid, even the bench guys. Horford, you got Hauser, you got Pritchard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody's paid. Fucking even what's his name? Besides Brissett, you got Tillman.
Yeah,
Tillman's on contract.
Luke Cornett got a new contract.
Cornett's on contract. Like, that's what I'm saying. He got everybody paid. All right, bet. Boom, boom, boom. Even if we trade you in the future, we got you an extra contract. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, they made sure they were good. And right. I guess as long as it's not main pieces, then, you know, it's like that. Even though, like, Brad Stevens still hasn't traded anybody yet. So I can't say he hasn't or won't, but he hasn't yet. It just looks like he got everybody paid. So shout out to him.
All right.
But if you go around trading Jaylen Brown right now or Tatum, it's fucking nuts. But that's the type of shit Danny Ainge would have did. There's no way we're gonna win back-to-back. Teams haven't won back-to-back for a long time. We're gonna blow it up and we're gonna rebuild. And we don't want to pay the second apron and the luxury tax, all that other stuff. That's how he would have ran it. But
Right.
Brad Stevens said, "Nah, we got to run this thing the right way. Even if it costs extra money, convince his ownership to pay up the extra fines, whatever they got to do to pay the luxury tax." So we got to keep winning. This is about basketball.
All right.
Love Brad Stevens for that. But yeah, it looks like the Sun are going to fall apart next year. Hopefully, they could. A piece of me really wants them to move to Boston, and a piece of me really just wants a Boston team, and then also have the Sun still exist, and that would be awesome as well.
Yeah, just add a team in Boston then.
Add a team in Boston, still leave the Sun, and then it's a local rivalry, and you have something, and fans can go from one game to the other. Like.
And then
It could be something cool, and you could have Sun fans who still live in the area and go to these games. So when the Sun play the Boston Charm or whatever the team, I came up with some names.
Okay.
So we got the Boston, I got the Boston Charm, the Boston Green, got the Boston Luck, the Boston Shamrocks, the Boston Clovers.
Those are good names.
Right?
I like the Shamrocks. The Shamrocks is cool.
Let me see. So I'll put it in a banner. So it could be the Charm, Green, Luck, Shamrocks, or the Clovers. Or would you want to do something completely different?
I like the Shamrocks. Shamrocks.
So that's what we got cooking right now so far. The Charm, the Green, the Luck, the Shamrocks, the Clovers. I don't know what else. What could you do? You wouldn't want to do the Celtics. That wouldn't really be a good WNBA team. They would be the Boston Celtics, but the girl, they would just, which one?
Yeah,
and then that part, I don't know if people would like that.
That's why you got to do the Shamrock.
Right, that's why you got to do the shit. Right, I like the sister team. That would be cool. If they could lean into the whole green and white, there's no team that's green and white like them except, the Seattle Storm. But it's a different type of green.
Yeah, and Seattle has yellow, too, in it.
Right, and they have the yellow. So as long as they keep it green and white and lean into that, I think it would be cool. The Liberty also do their mint green, but that's their third color is green. They're mainly
the Shamrocks could just have the Celtics colors.
They're more black and white, but yeah, they could have the Celtics colors, and that's what I'm saying. But they might switch it up. Who knows?
Right.
What other names do you think we could do, or maybe even just a different design completely? It could be out of it. You could say the Boston Swamp Dragons.
That's a terrible name. I hate the Swamp Dragon. Oh.
That's what the New Jersey Nets were going to be called when they first moved there.
Sounds horrible.
The New Jersey Swamp Dragons.
Oh, my God.
That's why you guys tune in. You guys tune in to get the lessons. Where is this? I'm so bad on this thing. Here we go. This was going to be the New Jersey Nets.
Oh, God.
The Swamp Dragons. This is the legit logo. They got pitched, and they went the other way and chose just to stay the Nets.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Yep. It looks crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. Those colors are crazy.
Yep. All right, back to the W here. Let me show you this tab. So this is the squad right now. and hopefully I win the championship. And this goes for anybody in a fantasy league. Do not give up. You could always make the wild card in the playoffs and win your way through. I had a 5-5 record this season, and I'm in the championship. You could do anything.
3 days left.
All things are possible. And this is what I said months back. And I said, all right, I'm going to lose next week, and I'm just going to get all the injured players. So after the Olympic break, I could go on a run, make the playoff spot, because I didn't think I was going to win that week anyway. I knew it was going to be close. So I just threw it away. I said, I'll take the L, knowing I'll win every round, every week after that. And that's what happened. I finished strong, got the playoff seed, and did it.
Yeah, you loaded up for the last week. You needed to win that last week too.
Nope.
In the regular season, you did. And
clinched it because Satu came back and just started just cashing threes out.
And now you're
Love
3 days.
No other names.
I like the Shamrocks. I don't know.
You like the Shamrocks?
I do like the Shamrocks.
Ask Christina. She said she likes the Clovers.
The Clovers is fire too.
The Boston Clovers. It's close enough to the Celtics too, so it does kind of the Boston Clovers, the Boston Celtics. I think they both have the same amount of letters.
2 C's.
2 C's, right? Boston Celtics, BC. It's BC. Boston Celtics, Boston Clovers. The Clovers sound good.
Got to start it too.
I like the charm. For me, I like the charm, and then I heard somebody say Baltimore is known as the Charm City. So whatever, but that's up to the Mystics. Why aren't they the Mystics then?
Good point.
It's DC. It's Washington, D.C., but they're basically more Baltimore than anything, right? Like that's mainly Maryland is where everybody in D.C. really claims.
Right.
That area. So, I don't know. They should be called the Baltimore Charm or something. If that's what they want to do.
Got to add a team in Baltimore now.
Right. But if they're not going to do that and y'all just going to stay with the Mystics and you're going to be mad at us because we picked the Charm, then be mad. But the Boston Charm. Think about it. Think about this, right? It's a leprechaun.
Yeah.
All right. Now take the leprechaun, right? Me Lucky Charms.
Bars.
It's the leprechaun on the Lucky Charms thing, right?
Right.
Lucky Charms, the shamrock, the little I was gonna call them mushrooms, marshmallows inside, little shamrocks. It kind of goes with it. The shamrock, the clover, the Lucky Charm.
See the connection?
The Boston Charm, and it's nice as well. Like charming is like good in a way, and I just hope people don't take it like the wrong way. I guess my girl said that. She was like, well, charm. And I'm like, I'm not meaning it in some like perverted, like attractive way. But at the same time, who cares? What's wrong with charming? That's actually something you could probably damn near like put on like a resume almost as like a personality type trait. If you want a salesman, you want somebody, or saleswoman, you want somebody who's charming and who can speak well and sell things, you know? So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with charm. I think when people say that, it's a compliment, right? It'd be like, oh, there's a charming person. He's got some charm and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not even creepy. It's like, it's just a good compliment. I don't know, the Boston Charm. I think the Boston Green is kind of cool, and it's kind of like neutral, but you could do a lot of things with just the name Green, you know?
Right.
The Mean Green. And you could talk about you could do something with the fan base and get them really into it, you know?
Yeah.
So just with green could be cool as like the Oklahoma City, their G League team, I think, is called like the Blue, the OKC Blue.
Yep.
In the G League. Why could they do the blue? Blue's not even a good color. When someone says, I'm feeling blue, that's not good.
Good point.
Right? And even when I teach second grade, for those who don't know, and we have this feelings chart, and when you talk about feeling like when it's blue emotions, they're typically sad emotions.
Right.
Green is more like inspiring and creative and things like that. So like being the Boston Green is actually like a positive name in nature and what it represents. And also green is the color of nature, plants and life. It's good.
Yeah, green
And
could work.
it's a female team and the women create life. The Boston Green.
You got to pitch this to the W.
I got to pitch it. If they get me in a boardroom, they'll probably throw me out the window.
But I'll
The Boston Luck, that's cool. I play for the Luck. It sounds legit.
yeah.
And it still goes with the Boston Celtics, the leprechaun, the theme, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But all mine revolve around being the Boston sister team. That's the way I'm pitching it. If you really want to sell this thing, you want it to boom and be the best it could be, and not just try to be like, we're girls and we got our own thing. No. It's about just working together.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is to be, in marketing terms, frictionless. It would be less friction if you have just a natural sister team instead of they're the Boston Boats, and they're like doing a different mascot, and it's just like completely. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I could say. Or the Boston Inferno, and they're like red, and it's just not. And the red is actually, like I said, I teach second grade, so I actually know the color wheel and everything. In contrast colors are red and green, just like blue and orange are contrast colors with the primary colors. Primary colors are red, blue, and yellow, and secondary colors are green, purple, and orange. Just
I'm in class right now.
you're in class. I'm taking you to school. But yeah, green and red are contrasting colors, and then blue and orange, and then purple and yellow. And the Lakers colors are the other contrasting colors. So doesn't that make sense too?
Right? The rivalry.
The rivalry is actually just based in the primary colors. So they put the biggest market. It's actually human psychology. The more you break it down, it was done the right way. They put the biggest markets with primary colors that naturally contrast. There's a psychology to this shit. I figured it out. Second grade unlocked it for me.
Second grade unlocked it.
Teaching this stuff in the curriculum, I'm like, holy shit. You're telling me the biggest markets have the contrasting color teams that are the most natural things that our brain like. That's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of funny. But yeah, Lakers. Then the Celtics get the green, and then the Knicks have the blue and the orange.
Think about everything.
It's a lot of psychology. I'm telling you, it's all this like everything's done for a reason. All right, where am I at with this? What if we went? I'm trying to think what could be one more team. I mean, what can be one more team name? The charm, the luck. What's also like a shillelagh?
A shillelagh. The Boston Shillelaghs.
The Boston Shillelaghs. It's a girl team, a women's team. That'd be so funny. The Boston Shillelagh. Why would they be the Shillelaghs?
Might have to be the name.
The Boston Brew.
That's not bad.
Right? And they're like Brewers girls. I don't know. It would be like their logo would be like Sam Adams, but it would be like a woman.
Yeah, it promotes kids to drink. That's good.
We're getting somewhere.
Positive.
All right, here we go. Right here is Golden State, the Bay Area. Their team is called the Golden State Valkyries.
Mm-hmm.
and they're gray and pink, or like gray and like a light purple, something
Yeah,
like that.
it's purplish.
So we'll see where they go from there. The Valkyries, I'm guessing that's more speaking on like
Some kind of goddess thing, I think.
a goddess thing. But yeah, it's like a Valkyrie's like also like fighter jets and stuff. So I'm guessing something with technology, and that's kind of what it's alluding to.
Right.
These like robot superwoman, the Valkyries, the women with wings.
Mm-hmm.
It's a decent pitch.
Yeah.
Decent. I like it. I don't know what the Toronto team is going to be called, though. I forget. They might have announced it. Do you know it?
No.
They have a Twitter. I follow the Valkyrie already. I don't know. Do you follow the Valkyrie?
No.
They do updates. Val. I'll share this. This is their Twitter page right here. See, yeah, it's black and lavender. Yo, they stole my whole IQ vibe. Black with the lavender.
Right.
It was so smooth. It made everything look fly as fuck. I'm happy some brand finally went with black and lavender. It speaks to me. Truly. As somebody who made their brand lavender, I respect it. I guess Kalani did the narrative.
Gold.
Okay, I didn't see this. This is cool.
This is where legends take flight. But our story has yet to be written.
See the wings. This is fire. Join our set. That is. That's fire. Valkyries.com. And then Toronto. Let's see if. I don't know if they have it listed yet. Toronto Raptors, no. WNBA Toronto team. Oh, they want team name ideas. You know what I think they should do? They should probably go back to when they voted on the names for the Raptors and go to like the second best voted name. Do like a throwback. What tab am I on now? Oops. Sitting down. All right. I lost the tab. Okay, whatever. But the Raptors, they should go back on their names and see something from there and play on to the Raptors. You know? Something dinosaur related. They could do the Talons. The Toronto Talons.
Kind of fire.
Right?
I kind of like that's a good name.
Toronto Talons. Yeah, I be going off. I got bars. You know, you gotta give me credit. The bars are there.
Yeah, the Talons is pretty solid.
So the Toronto Talons versus the Boston Clovers.
I like it.
Right? I like it. I can believe that.
Yep.
Doesn't sound like shit. And then we got the Golden, or what is it called officially? The Valkyries?
Golden
State Valkyries.
Yeah.
The Valkyries, and then hopefully the Talon. But if they do If they do that, then I don't know if they would add another Boston team or they would just move the Sun. That's what I think would actually happen.
Right.
So maybe that does happen. They had the sellout arena in the Boston Garden. I think that was big. I think it meant something. It could be a shift. I feel bad for the people of Connecticut losing a professional team as the W is blowing up and you stuck by them for 25 years, being one of the best fan bases. Like, it sucks. There's a lot of loyal people that go to Mohegan Sun games. So those people, they'll have to drive all the way to Boston, about 2 hours away, maybe a little longer. And
they're not going to go.
And they're not going to go anymore. But there's a lot of new fans that will be introduced to a lot of women's sports. From there on, who knows where it could go. But Boston needs a WNBA team. It's been too long. And it's the best fan base. They purposely have been holding back the WNBA. That's the truth. If there was a Boston team, they would have been kicking ass. They would have been the best team in the league. We wouldn't let it happen. You know what I'm saying? We just wouldn't. That's not how Boston sports fans are. So we need a team, and it needs to be the best.
Boston Clovers.
Boston Clovers. Let's get it. Boston Charm, Boston whatever, but Boston Clovers is where I like it. I'm glad you like that one too. Boston Clovers is solid. What else? We got some games today coming up, and I did WNBA fast break, so I set my lineup. I don't know if I'll do it. It's very difficult today. I don't have much players. Let me X out. Oh, no, I X'd out of the wrong tab. I did it again. I try to share it, and then I close it. Share screen. Here we go. Right here. And I'll zoom in a little bit. So I need 5 players for 10 free throws and 80 points. This is the best I got today.
Yeah, that's asking a lot.
Yep. So I need 15 points from every player on average to get there. It's going to be hard. Or 16 points, I should say. 16 points each.
Yeah, Copper and Kennedy are going to have to carry.
Right? I need Kennedy to get like 22. I need Copper to drop 25 minimum. McBride is hit or miss. Sometimes she has 11. Sometimes she's got like 18. Alicia Gray has been a lot more consistent, and I trust Alicia Gray to give me at least 16. Hit that average. And then Shakira Austin's supposed to be back. And whenever she gets back, she usually tries to go hard. She gets to the line. She drives to the cup. I like the way Shakira Austin plays. She plays aggressive, so I think she could do that. And she gets to the free throw line. So I know she's going to get some free throws. Copper gets to the line. Carter gets to the line. They always give McBride the whistle. So I think I'm covered. And right now I already got to the second pack. If I win the next 3, I'll win the best pack. And these packs go for like $100 more. It would be really nice to win that. Because then if I flip a pack for $100 or more, then I would sell it. And Cam Thomas rares right now are like 50. But I already know once that season starts, those rares are going to be over $100. So I just want to get a couple extra. Because then when the season starts, I could be the one flipping them for the $100. Because people want it for fast break. If you only have a common, you can only play Cam Thomas once every like 14 days. The NBA fast break is about as big as the W now. The W, they've been expanding the range. See how it's like pretty long week? So as long as it's like this for the NBA, which it will be, then if I have a 2-week span, and there's a lot more games in the NBA, you need Cam Thomas at least twice. So people are going to pay up, and it's going to get nutty. But I got like 12 rares right now. I have 10 of them locked up. 2 of them aren't. And then I could always unlock the others. That's just to get like bonus points and stuff. But I've had them locked up for a while. So if Cam Thomas rares do go up to like 150 each, oh yeah, I gotta dump them. That means I got like $1,000 in Cam Thomas rares. So I'll flip those. Probably buy some more of the rookie debuts.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm up to right now?
850.
850. Right there, 868.
Hmm.
You know, don't underestimate.
Don't underestimate.
The collection's getting crazy. Even if I go here, look, I got the jersey match serials. Here we go. I got a whole thing. I went to the wrong tab right here. Special serials. So I set up all the special serials that I own aside.
Yeah.
Or serials that I think are cool. So this one, obviously, I got the jersey match, and it tells you next to it too. If you have the jersey match, it turns it blue. Like good serials. So yeah, I got the jersey match of this one. Him cooking. Look at Josh Green. Can't guard him. Now he's going to be on the Hornets, barbecue chicken, all season. Nets and Hornets. This one is the last serial. See the original Perfect Mint?
Yep.
So it's 500. It's supposed to be 500 out of 500, but 2 people burned these cards for like a giveaway or something like that. So I still have the 500th edition, but it lowers the overall mint count. Then this one, I got the number 1 Ty Harris debut. This is Ty Harris's only card, and I got the number 1. My favorite card right here. Making a hard bucket. And then I got the perfect last serial of the Cam Thomas Top Shot debut rookie card, and it's his only rookie card. This is the one I have 868 of, but I have the last one they ever made. The jersey match in the number 1, someone paid like $1,000 for.
Wow.
Yeah. I got Aaliyah Boston's sort of jersey serial number. It's 777. You know, she's number 7.
Yeah.
But this is from her first game, and it's the 777 one. So I don't know. I put that to the side. Same with this one. This is Cam Thomas's rare, and it's when he hit the logo 3 on Lillard. Logo Lillard dropped 45 on him.
That's dope.
And I got the serial 24-8. And these are both Cam Thomas's numbers because as a rookie, he wore number 8 and 24.
Right.
So both for Kobe when he got drafted, he had the jacket and everything. So 24-8 I got there. This is the last serial right here, 8,000. Now it's down to 5,880. Same here. I got another jersey serial of this card. I got Victor Wembanyama's rookie year serial, 2023. And it says it right here, October 2023, series 2023. So I think this will be worth something. This is his rookie card, his first one. I don't know if you know about this moment. First team all defense.
Tony Allen.
You know about this one? But this is the play that's the picture. Look at.
Oh, when he said first team all defense, yeah.
Yep. See, watch.
Yeah, I remember this. Yep.
First team all defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the last serial of this one.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just one of my favorite NBA moments, you know? And I'm glad that this is his Top Shot debut. It's his signature. Another 24 serial on another card for Cam Thomas. I try to save him. And then this one is Giannis's Top Shot debut, and it's almost a jersey serial. It's got the 3-4 and then the number 1. But it is his first card, so 24-1, I'll take it. And then another one at Cam Thomas, 8-24 instead of 24-8.
Mm-hmm. Switch it up.
Yeah, switch it up. I got the Trae Young. This one is the Kobe moment. If you see him, his hands are doing 2-4.
Yeah.
This is on the 1-year anniversary of Kobe passing, January 28th, 2021. And he does that 24 hand sign, and I got the serial number 2460. But 2460, you know, Kobe had 60 points his last one. Mamba out. And then this one right here, LeBron James, number 23, and then also number 30. He hit the game-winning shot on Curry. So it's like a double jersey serial to me.
Yeah, where he said he couldn't see.
Yeah, and he said he couldn't see. I love this moment. And it's very rare. But yeah, those are my jersey serials. But that's what I'm doing in Fast Break right now. Hopefully, if I win 3 straight, like I said, get the 100, get 2 more Cam Thomas rares, keep on stacking the pile as much as I can, because one day it's going to be impossible. I truly believe Cam Thomas is going to have a ton of legendaries. I think he's going to be an all-star for the next few years. He has the opportunity. I mean, if he's averaging 28 by the all-star break, what are people going to say? Oh, he's on a bum squad, but there's still going to be a conversation at this point. You know, he might not actually make it this year, but it's going to be a point of contention. Like, you know, you're going to vote in Suggs. Like, someone's going to get votes, and you're going to have to really look at yourself and be like, are we voting for Derek White or are we voting for Cam Thomas?
Right.
It's a hard question because Derek White's going to average maybe 15 next year, and he's on a winning squad and plays the right way and plays amazing defense and is a great overall player.
Right.
But then you got this guy averaging 28 and he's shooting out the gym. What are you going to say is the all-star? And that's going to have to be a real conversation. And then people are going to have to start having real conversations about the new Nets superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Because on FanDuel, he's 14th. He's 14th for scoring champ. If you want to take the odds, 14th best odds in the league.
Might have to take that.
That means he's a top 15 scorer in the league of 450 players.
Yeah. Yeah, I might have to take that.
I don't think personally he's going to win the scoring championship. I don't think he's going to average over 30 and be the best scorer in the league. But I think he's got a chance to do some really good things.
Right.
I'd say at least 26.
Worst case scenario.
I don't know about anything else, but I'd say at least 26.
Yep. I agree.
And maybe 5 assists. I hope he starts getting the dimes.
He's going to have the ball a lot.
He's going to have the ball a lot. There's Schroeder there. What if the move is to, like, I don't know if they're going to trade, but somebody's going to get traded to Brooklyn this year. They talked about Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
I think it could be Trae Young. What if you do Trae Young? I don't know if Cam Thomas might be in that trade. That's the weird part about it.
Yeah.
Where now, imagine sending Cam Thomas to the Hawks, the young Hawks, with all defenders. That's what they're building around. You got Dyson Daniels. You got Zachary Ricochet, the number 1 overall pick. We got to mention number 1 overall pick. He's number 1 overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Johnson. And then you got a rim runner, athletic big like Onyeka Okongwu, and still Clint Capella. Could that team maybe develop a little better? And Trae Young, they're just over Trae Young, and they need something new there.
I don't know if Trae Young, though.
And then you got Trae Young going to the Nets. They rebuild it, get a couple good players. And then maybe they get a Cooper Flag next year. Let's say they get the number 1 overall pick. They get Cooper Flag. Now it's Trae Young and Cooper Flag. He's a defensive forward, stretch 4. I think he's like a baby Giannis. I like Cooper Flag. He reminds me a lot of Giannis. We'll see where his ball skills go, but he's got a lot of his game. Maybe not the playmaker. Giannis was always a playmaker. That's why I loved him. He always was looking for the dime.
Yeah, he's gotten better every year with that.
Yep. Jason Kidd threw him in there, made him be a point guard.
Mm-hmm.
So go figure it out. You know, Jason Kidd has the record for most turnovers in a game. He had like 15 one game.
Wow. He's like top 5 in assists.
Yep. And he's top 5 in assists, but that also speaks to if you are the best, you're always looking to pass, you know? So like Kobe might have taken the most shots in the game and missed the most shots, but there also wasn't a better scorer than Kobe in his time. So like the best passers are also going to miss a lot too. It just is what it is. So Jason Kidd has the record, but also was the best passer. Everything, it's a balance. Life's all about duality.
Preach.
You know, it's just what it is. The Sirius Sohi diss track. Did I go in on Sirius Sohi yet?
No.
I think you got up or something when I was about to.
No.
The Sirius Sohi diss track. Yo, The Ringer just started a WNBA show.
Mm-hmm.
And they got like the only basketball girl that they have to talk about the W. She said the Minnesota Lynx were her favorite team. Listen to what she said. Nafisa Collier and Alana Smith are her favorite players.
Collier.
And Alana Smith.
It's Elena, right?
It's Elena. They call her Lane. Her like I've heard like they call her like Lane, like a nickname, like Elena Lane. Like
she doesn't know ball.
She doesn't. She's never watched. She called her Nafisa Collier and Alana Smith, and the Lynx are her favorite team. I'm like, there's no way. There's no fucking way you've watched all season long and you don't know how to pronounce the player who's second in MVP. It's Asia Wilson, Nafisa Collier, and Caitlin Clark.
She must be watching with the sound off.
She must be just reading box scores and reading tweets, and that's what most of these people do. They don't actually watch. They have no clue what's going on in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got people like you who got 2 TVs on their wall and are watching everything and keeping up to date, and you know your shit, and you know what's actually happening out there, and you can speak to it. But then you got these people getting paid $100,000 on the Ringer podcast, official podcast network, representing the WNBA, and you get someone who doesn't know it. I'm not arguing that job should go to me or shouldn't be a woman or whatever. Go find a girl who fucks with the NBA heavy. Pay her. Reward the people who could speak on this shit and actually represent the players fairly. You can't say it's your favorite squad and then get these girls' names wrong like you don't know them. Like after a while, people started getting mad when people couldn't say Giannis Antetokounmpo. You can't keep butchering his name for a while. Like after a while, it gets ridiculous.
Like Charles Barkley.
Disrespectful at a certain point. And for somebody to be second in MVP voting, and this is your favorite team, you said she was your favorite player, and you called her Nafisa Collier multiple times. You don't even know your favorite player's name. You don't even know your favorite player's name, and I'm supposed to believe the shit you're saying.
Crazy.
And then the other half of the pod, she's talking about women's rights and all this other shit throughout it. And I'm like, this is just like some weird skewed angle because you can't talk about the game. You can't talk about what's happening on the court. So you got to manufacture this whole thing that society is just now taking in and ready to take the WNBA. Nah, it's just the fact that it's getting pushed more. And I'm glad that people are now fascinated with a WNBA player or a women's basketball player. Mm-hmm. It's great to see. Caitlin Clark, she's playing Jane, but she's Steph Curry on the court. It's the coolest thing in the world. It's like, what the fuck? Who is this girl? You know? It was like Tom Brady, just great. You're like, what the fuck? This guy, the guy who's modeling, is also the best football player there is. Okay, god damn it. Like, what the fuck?
Do both.
Yeah, it's like just like people that could just have this do both thing, and she's just like comes from Iowa, small town, and then she's big time at the same time in basketball, and it is a reminder of Larry Bird in a way. The hick from French Lick. They used to call him a hillbilly, a redneck, the hick. Calling someone a hick? If you call somebody a hick, what does it mean? You're calling them country, you know? So they were calling him the hick from French Lick. That was his true nickname. And it's reminiscent of Caitlin Clark in a lot of ways. And if you look at Angel Reese as more of the Magic Johnson, think about their duality. One's black, one's white. They always make it about race. And this is what Sira Sohi was making it about. But I will say this part of the narrative is the same formula, the same exact formula. But instead, this time, it's the white player who's the guard. And it's the black player who's the forward, because before it was Magic Johnson is the guard, Larry Bird is the forward. But about everything after that is about the same. If you really just explain it and you don't include their names, and I did a whole thing, they played each other in college in the national championship game, and Magic Johnson, and the other players' team won. The flashy players' team won.
Yep.
It's really reminiscent of the story. It was built the same way. Huge college rivalry story. They go in the draft together and everything else like that. And she goes to the big city, Chicago. Big city like LA.
Uh-huh.
And then you got Indiana, was more kind of in her Midwestern wheelhouse, coming from Iowa to Indiana. There isn't a team in Boston that really put her, but so now they have a Midwest rivalry. Instead of an East Coast, West Coast, now it's a Midwest rivalry, Chicago and Indiana.
Different.
A little different there, but you see the comparisons, right? And I feel like I heard Kathy Engelbert say something like this too recently, the player commissioner for the WNBA, and everyone's mad at her. I'm like, no, you don't need to be mad at that. That's good. That's what got the NBA popular. It literally got put on the map like that, was Bird and Magic. People didn't know what the science of it was. They didn't know what it was at the time. And I would say now, there's probably more like racial lines between it. Before it was just like natural, I can't explain it. It wasn't just like spoke on. People weren't out here like, oh, the race dynamics of this Bird and Magic thing. It was just like, just was what it was. He was a farm boy. He was just this small town rural kid. And it was just, people knew what that was. Now characters are built. These people just were who they were. And I think that's the one good thing about this is like Angel Reese was organic her whole time. That is who she is. I don't think she's putting on the character.
Right.
Most people nowadays are putting on the character, and that's also why it stuck. You can't say Angel Reese is fake. She is as genuine as she is. She's not putting on a front. When Kennedy Carter body checked Caitlin Clark, she got up. She's the only one who got up and cheered. That hatred, that animosity, that controversy is real. The rivalry is what sells. People understand it. Like they want each other to lose. They want to beat each other. They don't want each other to be bad either. You think Angel Reese wants Caitlin Clark to suck? No, she wants her to be as good as she is, and then she wants to beat her so she can tell everybody, look, I beat that.
All right.
You think she's good? My team beat her. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you do it. You build up your opponent. You actually make them seem like a respectable opponent. That's what George St. Pierre did. He said, never speak down on your opponent. I'm sure other people said this too, but never speak down on your opponent, because what does it do to belittle them and then you beat them up? What does that make you, a bully? It doesn't mean you're respectable. You said the person sucked and then blah, 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 blah. And then you go beat up them, and then you want to tell me you're the best fighter in the world when you beat up somebody who sucked. Coming out of your words, you said they weren't even good. So you always want to build up your opponent. You always want to make sure that that's known, that you're actually doing something that's difficult and challenging.
All right.
Angel Reese definitely builds up Caitlyn, but then she also has the smoke for it too.
Right.
And Caitlyn Clark, she'll always say it by Angel Reese as well. She always builds her opponent up. It's important that that happens. Because if not, people eventually then see it and they're like, oh, well, she's trash. Like, why am I watching? Why am I watching trash? You got to say what they do is elite and all this other stuff.
Right.
Like Angel Reese's rebounding. It is elite. It's something to tune in for. It's got that magnetism. The flashy passes that Magic had is now the Caitlyn Clark step back threes and her full court passes in transition the same way Magic did, same way Curry does. It's all these flashy outlet passes and things like that make the highlight reels. Caitlyn Clark is Magic. And then Reese, she's got to work on the Bird thing. Being the great forward or whatever. But she does have this one thing that it's currently the best ever season in rebounding.
Yeah.
And she didn't get to play a full year, though there's 40 games in a season. I think she was able to play 35 games before she got shut down. So technically that is the most games a WNBA player has ever played in a full season. So no player's ever played over 34 before this year. So her playing 35 and then breaking the record technically is a technicality, if you want to be real. But
still impressive.
I still respect it, even though, like I said, there's more games. Same with NFL. Think about the passing yards quarterbacks could get. Imagine if you gave Drew Brees or Peyton Manning back in the day 17 games.
Throwing for 5,000.
6,000.
Yeah.
Drew Brees would have threw for 6,000. He didn't give a shit back in the day. He was throwing for 500 yards a game. Nowadays, people are betting, 250 over under. Can Tua throw over 250? And everybody else, these QBs can't throw like they used to.
Yeah.
I don't see 400-yard games like that anymore. But that was every game back in the day.
Yeah, not as much cohesion with the offenses.
Yeah. What happened to the game I love?
They don't play as much in the preseason. That doesn't help.
That's true. That's very true. There's some legendary packs dropping on Top Shot soon. $599. Will you be lining up?
Never.
You're not lining up for the $599 pack?
Never. Not a chance.
You don't want the Celtics Rondo?
Not at all.
The legendary, the Allen Houston jumper?
The Allen Houston.
I'm actually thinking about contacting. I have a connection to Allen Houston. What if I get Allen Houston on the show?
That'd be dope.
It would be dope. It would be funny as hell to get Allen Houston on this show and then show him the Top Shot moment and shit, because Top Shot hasn't even had him on or did anything with it.
Yeah, that'd be random.
It'd be mad random. It'd be the ultimate F you to Top Shot. Be like, because he's coming out in this pack.
Mm-hmm.
And I know somebody who works for him.
Right.
He's the coach of his AAU team and his high school team, the prep school.
Right.
Paige is in this drop. You got to see this, Rich. You got to see this. Hold up. So this is the Rondo moment. Oh, shit. JJ Redick? Oh, this is the dive one?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, this play is epic. On white chocolate, old white chocolate. Pretty good moment. So it's going to be out of 75, super rare. This is the Allen Houston one. This is from 1999. Ultimate Throwback. Let's see if they have the sound for this. Well, they do. You saw Tibbs on the bench?
Yeah.
The coolest thing ever is the little side story I have that I walked behind Tibbs and his mom, and she talked about Patrick Ewing on how come they never won. He said, I don't know why they never won either. Patrick Ewing deserved at least 1 to 2 rings. And I heard him say that shit to his mom, leaving the enshrinement of Patrick Ewing.
Wow.
You know, that's Allen Houston. So this is from South Beach's hostile road environment to the improbable odds of achieving something done only once, defeating the number 1 seed from the number 8 spot. The New York Knicks' fortunes appeared unfriendly during the 1999's opening round clash. Fortunately, Allen Houston had just what was needed to propel New York through the first stage of its historic underdog journey, a friendly bounce. Working himself free with a pin down towards the three-point arc, Houston prepares for his permanent entry into NBA lore, utilizing one explosive step to break free of Dan Marley before ascending into 10-foot floater that threatened suspense before dropping harmlessly through the net. Accustomed to win or go home matchups against the Miami Heat after having experienced them in both 1997 and 1998, Houston settled the rubber match on May 16, 1999, contributing 12 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 1 three-pointer. Among his generation's most accurate shooters with a silky smooth form to boot, Houston used this night's fortuitous bounce to ultimately help guide the Knicks to the 1999 NBA Finals, the league's first ever to accomplish that feat from an 8th place standing. So this is the infamous shot Allen Houston hit to beat the number 1 Heat and to get into the NBA Finals. This is in the Eastern Conference Finals with Larry Johnson and them. This is when Ewing got hurt before the NBA Finals, or right while the NBA Finals happened, and then people came up with the Ewing theory that it felt like the Knicks were better without him. When he got hurt, they actually felt like a better team, but they still lost because they were an 8th place team with him. They weren't like the best team already.
Mm-hmm.
People thought they were playing above and beyond without him. And I think they were a smaller team. That's why they didn't play inside out. They played more perimeter centric, which is a better analytics style. And we know that today. So we got a Robert Horry shot. We got a Gary Payton handles. What? This is from 96? Who did they face? What was the play? Whoop. The left on Malone. That was tough. Brandon Roy. This is a cool throwback drop. I think this is Brandon Roy's first moment. Yao Ming. Oh, shit. And then the Peja. 2004. Uh-oh. Is this against the Lakers? Oh, this is against the Pistons. Okay. No Peja 3. That's cool. So I guess that's what's dropping.
Only $5.99.
Only $5.99. But I mean, these moments are definitely going to go for some good change. I think this Allen Houston one is very slept on, low key, because it's historic. To Knicks fans, this shit means the world. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think this Allen Houston's going to be a lot. Blazers fans go hard as fuck. So this Brandon Roy Top Shot debut. Brandon Roy is somebody whose career got cut short from injuries, and his fans go hard. The Gary Payton one's cool. You got Robert Horry hitting some clutch bucket for the Spurs. I love that with with all the championships.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's watch this one. All right, this is the last one we're gonna play. But it's cool because he has 7 rings, and the way the towel is, it looks like you see 7 titles. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, you only see 6. Was this his 6th title? I don't know. Manu to Ori. Wide open from the wing. Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace. Oh, I like this. This is cool. Game footage is not HD, but it's cool when we get this footage. Because this footage is definitely better quality.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was solid. Robert Horry thing, but mainly it creates, this is what it does. So I'll show you here. We'll zoom out just a little bit. And then, so to collect Top Shot and you want to have like complete sets. So then you go to something like this. See where it says summer of 2021, S4, and then full?
Mm-hmm.
That means I have the full team set of all time. There's 13 Top Shot moments for aces. Any player that's played for the aces. So I have Asia Wilson, Clark, Becky Hammond, because the Aces moved from being the San Antonio team to here. San Antonio Stars, I think, moved to Las Vegas. So Becky Hammond's moments when she played there are for the Aces. Candace Parker, Hamby, C. Azizi, some Raquana Williams, and Sophia Young-Malcolm. These are the throwback players. So I have the full team of that. And I could show you like a team like the Celtics. All time, I have 24 out of 30. So you want to complete all of these things to have like your whole, like a complete book.
Right.
People want sets and shit like that. So if I wanted to complete the set, I would have to get a Robert Parrish card. See, so it says get moment. So let's click here. Robert Parrish only has 1 card, but it's $18. So if I want to complete the set, I got to buy a Robert Parrish card. Same thing here. Danny Ainge. If I wanted Danny Ainge, it's only $1. Danny Ainge only has 1 card. No one really collects it that hard, so it's $1. How about this? Isaiah Thomas. So there's one that's coming out in the new drop, but then there's this one. The legendary. This is the game that he had like 40-something, I think. After his sister passed.
That might have been 50-something.
Yeah, I think this is the 50-something game. Yeah, his late sister's 23rd birthday. 53. So, yeah. And you could just complete these sets. So now, if you go to someone like the Spurs, so now you go unique, S4. Why did I do that? San Antonio Spurs. So now if you go to the Spurs all time, I have the all-time set. Like I have Tim Duncan, I got Manu, I got Tony Parker. But now there's a Robert Horry I have to collect. But it's a super, super rare moment. So they're trying to break it up so people that have Wemby's can't get the full set. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like they want the Spurs team set to be epic. And the only way it could be epic is if you create a Robert Horry bottleneck that only 75 people can get. So now it's going to be the super expensive moment in the set of having the full Spurs team set, because if you want special stuff from Wemby, they give it to people who have the full team set of a team.
Right.
So there's only 75 people right now that could get that until they drop another Robert Horry Spurs moment. But that won't be until a while. How many times can you drop a Spurs Robert Horry card until people are like, why do you keep doing this? You know? Like, he wasn't that good for the Spurs. He wasn't the best player. Give us some Tim Duncan. Give us some Tony Parker. Give us some Bruce Bowen. Some Michael Finley. Give us anything but more of that. Give us some Raja Bell. Not Raja Bell. What was his name? Actually, he might have played for the Spurs, actually.
Boris Diaw.
Boris Diaw. That's what I meant. Boris Diaw. Give me some Boris Diaw. Some fucking Matt Bonner. Some Patty Mills. Some Tiago Splinter. You can do anything. Why are you going to keep dropping Horrys? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get the Robert Horry card. I think it's going to be too difficult. Anyway. All right, this is what we're going with. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. These are the WNBA names that could go for the Boston WNBA team. We got the Boston Charm, the Boston Green, the Luck, the Shamrocks, or the Clovers. Let us know what you think in the chat. Comment down below if you're watching this late and you're hearing it. But yeah, comment down below. What do you think is the best name? Or if you have a name of your own, what do you think a cool Boston team name could be for the WNBA? Our personal favorites are the Clovers right now. I think the Clovers cool. Ritchie likes the Shamrocks.
Shamrocks, yeah.
He likes Shamrocks. I like Clovers. Either one I think is pretty cool. I want to keep it a Boston theme. I'm glad Ritchie does too. Keep it with the Celtics. Keep it the sister team. We have something to look forward to in the future coming years. But yeah, Golden State Valkyries. Toronto Talon. We're speaking it into existence, the Toronto Talon. But thank you for tuning in. Asia for MVP. Most improved going to Kennedy Carter. Coach of the year, give it to Noel Quinn. Killing it over there in Seattle.
Yep.
Killing it. Noel Quinn. Unless you think who else do you think could win Coach of the Year? Maybe Sides. I don't know if Sides. Sides. Too many times where I thought Sides was doing nothing during the season and just enabled bad shit.
Give it to Cheryl Reeve.
Oh, okay. You want to give it to Cheryl Reed?
Reeve, yeah, you could.
Reed? Yeah. All right. Could be her. I'm giving it to Noel Quinn. But you giving it to Reed. Okay. What's also 6th player of the year?
Mabry's been great with the Sun, but she hasn't played long enough, I don't think.
Right. She was starting probably more games.
Tiffany
Hayes?
Tiffany Hayes definitely in the running.
I think Tiffany Hayes has been solid, especially with Chelsea Gray kind of in a slump coming back.
Right.
I think Tiffany Hayes is really coming in clutch. Naz Hillman, has been really solid off the bench. And I feel like who am I forgetting? DeJournet's not off the bench. Kayla Thornton's played pretty good on and off.
At the moments.
Yeah, there's somebody who I'm really forgetting. But anyway, do we have any other awards? Defensive Player of the Year, who would you give it to?
DeJournette is definitely up there.
DeJournette is definitely up there. Yo, she's crazy in transition. It's all she does, and it's because she plays great defense. Defense goes to offense, and she's going to get the tip and then be the first one down there on the other side of the court. She's that fast. Love DeJournette.
Definitely.
So you want to put DeJournette Defensive Player of the Year? fuck it, the Defensive Player of the Year, DPOY, Dejanay Carrington.
Mm-hmm.
She should have been 6th Player of the Year last year. I'll tell you that much. I know she came in 2nd in voting. I think she could have, should have, would have came in 1st.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else? Fantasy League Championship. We already covered that. Games today. We covered that. Yeah, and then quick award. But we'll have a final award show before the awards are announced. Once the season ends, we'll have an official one. But this is kind of quick off the top, quick fire from the hip, like Yosemite Sam. Maybe that's what the team should be. The Boston Sams. And it's just Yosemite Sam. And he's got some guns and shit.
See?
That could be the mascot. Comment down below. What do you want? Yosemite Sams or Clovers or Shamrocks? Let us know. That'll get the people going. Well, all right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Any last words, Rich?
Go Pats.
Go Pats. Shout out Rodney Harrison.
Legend.
All right. We out of here. Let me play the exit song. Thank you for tuning in.